Maymory, an event hosted by Aeon Air in which the GD community gets together to either make or beat memory levels. So in this video, I took xStep, the 10th Robtop level, and turned it into a memory demon. So let's see how I turned out. Hello everyone, this is MxmxEdeka, I hope you are doing well. In this video, we are gonna be turning xStep into a memory level. First of all, before we start, let's go to Rob's vault and let's get a copyable of xStep. What should I do for this first jump? Should I just make it so you need to go up here? Let's say we make these things, no touch. Let's see. Okay, and let's make it, if you go down here, you basically die to this. Yeah, so if you go there, I think you die. Let me turn off ignore damage for this. Oh wait. So I'll make you go to the first platform, but then you don't have to go here. You just fall down here. You still die. Okay, then I'm gonna add a small green orb. Yeah, I'm gonna change this to like, let's say, let's go group 2. Let's make group 2 like 10% opacity, so it's barely seeable. Now if you want to go there, you will die to invisible saw blade. So you basically go like that. If you fall down, you die. Why is Robtop doing this? I'm gonna just put a mini spike. Actually, it looks even better. What about we make it so you fall down here? How about we add a pink dash orb and then a yellow portal? So you need to hit the dash orb after the portal. Actually, this might be a little bit cheesable. Let me show you why. If you hold a little bit longer, you will go here and then everything's gonna be alright. So I'm gonna need to place some S blocks. Oh, okay, this ball part is gonna be really fun to turn to a memory level. Okay, I think I'm gonna make you continue to the normal path for now. Go like this. So I'm gonna make all of this no touch. Okay, you're gonna go here and then there's gonna be an invisible block here like that. So you have to click here. So all of this may sound a little bit too complicated. So let me just show you what I did. I'm gonna make you fall there. Oops. I'm gonna make you fall down here, then you go here and then you click this orb, and okay, then I know what I'm gonna do here. You'll see. Because I don't want this video to be like 2 hours long, I'm gonna quickly speedrun through some things we did. Okay, first off, we made this spinning wheel that forces you to click this pink orb, and then I made it so you go here, go down here, and then you basically play the level normally. Then I made it so you fall down here, click this orb and do a little bit of memory, and then you go into the ship part. Okay, so let's see the gameplay until now. That's perfect. And for this ship part, I think I'm gonna make these balls, I guess, basically move left and right. So you have to remember where to go. So I'm gonna do some movements and I'll see you in a bit. And while I'm working on the level, I would like to ask you, if you're enjoying the video so far, make sure to like, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe. And now let's get back to the video. I've been thinking, should I add some like indicators that this goes from here to here, or should I just leave it like that? So I decided to ask my Discord members, which you should join.
Several days later.
Okay, so a few days later, and yeah, as you can see, they want me to be evil. It's not my choice, remember that. Okay, so basically this part is more of a transition part. It just builds up the tension for the drop. And I do have some ideas for the drop, but I'm gonna make it kinda generic, so let's quickly speed up the process. Okay, so I'm finished with this part, and the only thing that actually stands out is this orb maze. Let me show you how it looks like. Okay, I actually like this part, quite interesting. Now it's time for the drop, and I'm quite excited for this. I'm quite excited. If you know anything about xStep, you know about this part right here with the blue parts. As you know, the blue parts turn your gravity upside down. So I think we can cook up some crazy gameplay here. Yeah, there is quite a lot of paths, and this is gonna be a crazy memory. You'll see. I'm kinda tempted of just making some random move, but I think I'm gonna use for this small part here some teleporters. Yeah, great. Okay, so now this is gonna be quite complicated to make. I'm not really good with gimmicks and all that, but I'm gonna try my best to make something here. So my main inspiration for this part was TOW 2, specifically that first ship part with the invisible objects. I kinda thought it would fit really well with this ship part of ours, and I think I actually did it pretty well. So basically you need to touch this one so the door gets removed. Let's give all of these guys a brand new group, number 12, and let's add a toggle trigger. Toggle trigger? trigger. Yeah, toggle trigger, touch trigger, group 12. This one's gonna activate the group, and there's gonna be one bug here that's gonna make them not existent. And let's see how that works. Yeah, you die, but when you touch it, it gets removed. Yeah, what an interesting gimmick. You just need to remember which ones to touch. Yeah, it's a little bit weird to play, but come on, who actually cares? Okay, yeah, perfect, it works. Okay, so now I have an interesting idea in mind. I'm gonna make 3 of these guys no touch. I'm gonna make them passable, basically, and I'm gonna make you basically have to go through them. Everything else is gonna be filled with spikes. And of course, just to be evil, I'm gonna make this one have real hitboxes. Yeah, this is evil gameplay, bro. Okay, so for this part right here, I think I'm gonna go a bit lighter with the memory. I'm just gonna make one fake, which is gonna be this coin right here. I'm just gonna make the coin route be the normal route. I think I want you to be upside down for this part. So basically you will technically have to hit a portal. Yeah, okay, so this is clearly impossible. So I'm gonna make these 3 spikes right here just be completely fake. Okay, so in this part I basically started with a simple fake, and then I brought back this spinning wheel thingy with the orbs, and I did some basic memory. I just made you go up here instead of down here, and then the next part came. Oh boy, this part was absolutely insanity. This was pure insanity, but it is quite simple when you learn the part. You just go here, here and here. Great. And then, instead of making complicated gameplay, I just made it so you literally have to follow the normal path that you would in normal xStep, but I added a ton of blocks and orbs to it, but you can't actually see the normal path clearly. Yo, I did it. Okay. Bro, this gameplay is actually not really the gameplay, but the memory, which basically means that I'm just terrible with memory. Okay, but this is basically my favorite part of the next step. I don't know why, but I just really like it. So I'm just gonna spam like a lot of breakable blocks. And I'm gonna be honest, I have never used breakable blocks in my life. I don't even know where they are. Are they here? Oh yeah, I found them, okay, I don't really know how to use breakable blocks, but I do have some ideas. I think I'm gonna make so you have to jump here, then another time here, then you have to click like a dash orb or something, a pink dash orb to be exact. I think I'm gonna make you just lightly click this dash orb. Yeah, now I can jump like that. Now we're gonna go back to more breaking blocks, and just in case you hold the dash orb too much, you're gonna die. And how do I do that? I think I'm gonna place like a saw blade here, like that. I think that works fine. And I think I'm gonna make this entire part just be completely breakable. Okay, so I have filled up basically all of this corridor. Fun fact, it's been like 12 days since I recorded the first like half of this level, so I have completely forgotten how it works. Okay, so I think I'm gonna add a green orb here, so you have to click it and you should go here, and then I'm gonna make you do a double jump, I think. Then I'm gonna add an invisible saw blade here, so you are forced to jump from here to here. Since I didn't really explain it well in the recording, I will try to explain it here. After you click this green orb, you are forced to click this toggle orb right here, so you can remove this saw blade without dying, because you hit your head here. After that you skip this pink orb, hit this green orb, and then instead of going up here, you have to wait for a little bit and go through here, and after that we get into the ball part. Okay, so now the next part is the ball part. I'm thinking about making some movements. They're not going to be the same as these ones right here. To put it simply, I just made most of the platforms move left and right. Okay, so I have basically made half of this part, and yeah, it is a little bit complicated, but I do like it. After you actually learn it, the gameplay is actually kinda fun. And then I think for the second half of this ball part, I'm gonna make, instead of going left and right, go up and down. Yeah, I think that's gonna be like a cool switch up, and that's exactly what I did. The only difference is that I added some movements that go left and right here and there, just to make it more variable. Okay, this took a long time to make. That was like half an hour. One last thing before we go to the last part, I want to add some more of these invisible platforms that don't do anything, just for the consistency. So now the last part. Okay, I need to come up with some type of memory for this last part. You know what? I'm gonna use teleport orbs. I think that's gonna be like a cool ending gimmick. It's not that special, but I think we can do something with this. It's gonna be similar to the teleporter part from earlier. It's gonna be like basically the same type of gameplay, but we're gonna use orbs. I think I have never used these orbs in my life. Okay, so the second one is gonna be a fake one, so you basically don't have to click it. I think that's obvious enough. I almost forgot, I need to like block this path off. The third one is also gonna be a fake. I think I'm gonna make the fourth one just skip this part completely, like that. Now I don't know if this is gonna sync to the music, but let me see. I probably have to do something with the music. Do you reckon I just leave the music like that? Yeah, I'm kinda tempted because I'm lazy. And after that I added one more fake, and then the level was basically complete. And yeah, I honestly think this is basically the entire level complete. So yeah, let's get right into the showcase.